Hello everyone, welcome back to another 1v1 Warhammer battle. This is the green skins versus the wood elves. In my deployment, I tried to be a little cheeky by doing a surround on this plateau, and in the very beginning, this is actually a minute or two into the battle, this gladiator was actually deployed right here and saw my ambushing force of Night Gobbos. So right now I'm in the process of trying to move them down along with these Moon Howlers which were deployed in the vanguard, which we're also seeing. And as you can see, the enemy is starting to pull their army out here to run away from this part, because the idea was to go bloop and then bloop and have their front line go like this and have their archers be back here, and then we're just going to be like, we is Night Gobbos. But no, they actually deployed someone right here to see my ambush at the very beginning, so that's not working out. The rest of my army, besides those 3 Night Goblins and the Moon Howlers, we have normal goblins up here, 4 of them being led by Skarsnik, right back there, and then also our Night Goblin Shaman. Then we have 3 of the Night Goblin Archers, including the Rusty Arrows, 2 Arachnaroks, including the Queen, and a Durkic Squigs right here. 1 more other Vanguard deployed Goblin Wolf Rider there. For the enemy, there are 5 Deepwood Scouts, 5 Dryads, 3 Eternal Guards, a Spellslinger of Life, a Waystalker up here, and then the Glade Lord. And in their Vanguard deployment, they have a Wild Rider with Shield. So right now, I don't see the Wild Rider yet, but it's pretty clear that the enemy wants to try and isolate these forces. They obviously can't see my Night Goblins, but they can see my Moon Howlers. So they are marching down the field this way. I'm going to stop my march from going up this way and go up the middle, because I now need to meet up with these guys before they die. Glade Lord now sees my Night Goblin Archers because I started to shoot at her. So she's going to withdraw, and now out here come the Wild Riders to try and stop these Moon Howlers. It's going to take a while for these Gobbos and the Arachnaroks to march down there, including my poor Night Goblin Shaman that's way out there. These 2 in the meantime are also still going to march up through here and try and get behind the enemy forces around right there. Instead of engaging these Wild Riders directly, we are going to pull out, because we're pretty fast. We are Gobbos. And we're going to try and do one of these and try and run interference with these Night Goblins. Have them eat the charge, because I kind of need my Moon Howlers to stay alive as long as possible. There's a lot of archers over here. Enemy's going to withdraw, and they're still just trying to chase my Moon Howlers. I'm still just running interference with my Night Goblin Archers, or sorry, Night Gobbos. This army is going to take a while. The Arachnarok Queen and the Arachnarok is going to come over here faster than others. I'm going to let that happen instead of marching in a uniform, because this battle is already underway, and I need as much help as we can get. So we're going to try and pin down the Glade Lord briefly here and surround her. But the problem is we have these 5 Deepwood Scouts that are going to be coming over here, and they're going to start shooting us in the back. And I'm like, we can't bunch up like this with all those arrows. So we're going to have to spread out. We're going to have to let the Glade Lord go and run away from these Wild Riders and try and buy as much time as we can for the 2 Arachnarok Spiders to get over here. And of course the rest of my army, which is the Gobbos, Night Goblin Archers, and my leader Skarsnik. But the Wild Riders come back. We're going to do some more damage to them. These Night Goblins are on the edge of breaking. These ones are unbreakable. Going to do some more damage to the Glade Lord on our way out. But again, trying to pull back and not stay in range of all of these archers. At this point, we do have the Durkic Squigs and the other Goblin Wolf Rider pretty close. They're on their way. Gobbos marching in a single line. This is not going as planned. Wild Rider's still harassing us, so we're still trying to do some damage back to them, running the Moon Howlers in here to try and pin them in place. Arachnarok Queen and the Arachnarok Spider still coming down, getting hit by all of those archers. These Durkic Squigs are going to stop. I was going to try and go after the Waystalker and the Spellslinger of Life, but I'm like, let's just go over here because there's a clear line of attack from here. Goblin Wolf Riders are going to be coming in behind. Still trying to get these spiders over here to pin down the Glade Lord and kill her if possible. But we are getting hit by a lot of archer fire there. And like, this is just kind of chaos for me. I'm just kind of trying to put units wherever I can. Durkic Squids doing some good initial damage here to the Deepwood Scouts, but now there are 2 Dryads that are going to be joining that fight, and they have taken a lot of damage. These Wolf Riders, I think, are going to pull out and chase these guys. Meanwhile, over here, pinned against the side of the map, we have the Wild Riders still trying to finish them off with the Moon Howlers. We did summon a Spiderling Hashing for the Arachnarok Queen. Going to run them in here again, trying to kill the Wild Riders. They're so close to the edge that hopefully they will rout off the field is the goal. Goblin Wolf Riders getting in here. Again, more damage on these Deepwood Scouts, but they are taking a lot of morale damage because they are alone. And so now them and the Durkic Squids going to go over here into this pocket where the other 3 Deepwood Scouts are. Gobbo's still kind of coming up the field. My archers are now taking position up here at the top of the plateau. My Arachnarok Spiders are trying to deal a lot of damage to this infantry right here, but they are taking a lot of damage from the Eternal Guard. So I'm trying to run a Gobbo over here to run interference on these Eternal Guard as we pull out the Arachnarok Spiders. And now we're going to try and chase the Deepwood Scouts with them and the little hatchlings. Moon Owl's going over here to try and buy these spiders some time, pinning down these archers as much as they can. Meanwhile, back here, the Wild Riders are fighting to the bitter end against this Night Goblin Shaman. Gonna cast Night Shroud because we are now close enough to do that on all of these archers as they now withdraw from the Arachnarok Spider. But we're still gonna chase them. We're gonna keep chasing them all the way up here as they run right into our archer line up here. Starting to fire into these Deepwood Scouts, getting, what's his name, Skarsnik and the Night Goblin Shaman over here. 3 goblins over here, and now these Night Goblins are kind of on their own against whatever is down here. My Unbreakable have been holding off 4 different units by itself, so that's pretty good. Buying time for the spiders to kind of get out of there and chase these Deepwood Scouts. And again, all I have left now are these 3 Gobbos, my leadership, these 2 Night Goblin Archers, still Night Goblin here and here. And then we have our 4th Goblin there. My mobile forces at this point are gone. The Wolf Riders are gone, the Moon Howlers are gone, and the Dorkic Squigs are all dead at this point. So I don't have any mobility. My enemy doesn't really have any more mobility besides their Glade Lord. I mean, the spiders are kind of fast, but I don't really consider them cav or anything like that. So over here, we're going to try and pin these forces into place with our other Night Goblin unit. Again, to try and buy as much time as we can to isolate this pocket of enemy. And you can see we're just kind of closing in on them here. So we're trying to keep their army separate, but the goblins are going to rout off the field here. They did their best. Meanwhile, still chasing the Deepwood Scouts with our Arachnarok Spiders. You can see the one there is taking the most of the beating here from the Deepwood Scouts, and I think also the Waste Stalker, which was... Where's the Waste Stalker at this point? Right back here. Still causing us some problems. We're, you know, in return, we're still doing some good damage to these archers and to the Dryads, and we're going to keep pushing forward. Now we're coming down the hill with these goblins. God, just everywhere. These 3 Night Goblin archers are trying to destroy these Dryads who are marching up the hill. Units everywhere. Meanwhile, my leadership is into these Deepwood Scouts. And we got more Night Goblins coming up around the side there. These Unbreakables trying to come back up as well. And now I got these Goblins and the Spiderlings just trying to hold back the infantry as we continue to try and finish off the archers of the Deepwood Scouts that have been kind of just going all over the place. So now Skarsnik and the Night Goblin Archer have almost routed this one off. The 3 Night Goblins are still firing into these Dryads. This this Ragnar Spider is unfortunately going to rout off the field because of where the battle is right now, which is just on the edge of the map. Not where I like to fight, but that's where this fight is taking us. So we're going to run these Spiderlings hatches into the Deepwood Scouts. Try and rout them off the field. They still have a lot of morale, though. Meanwhile, our 2 goblins down here? No, one just routed off the field. We only have 1 more left to hold off this pocket, and then this Night Goblin is still coming up here to try and cut off the Spell Singer of Life and the Waste Stalker, which are trying to make it out of this little pocket of danger. I'm going to try and slow them here, I believe. Oh, no, I do H Nuisance. That's the wrong spell. I meant to slow them, because I did take that spell. Gork will fix it, I think, but I guess I cast the wrong spell. Oh well, we engaged them with melee, Skarsnik catching up to them, and the Night Goblins also slowing it down with their poison. Arachnarok Queen going to be following suit. Meanwhile, the Dryads are being held in place. I think I'm going to shoot some more into them with the Night Goblin Archers. Night Goblin Shaman helped, I think, chase off one of the Deepwood Scouts. These Deepwood Scouts are gone, so Sparling's going to come back. This Gobbo, again, holding off like 6? 1, 2, 3... Yeah, 6 units with them and these 4 Unbreakable Goblins that are still alive as we try and isolate and destroy their leadership now. So you can see we did a lot of good damage to the Spell Singer of Life. Blade Lord almost out of ammunition. Finally managed to cast off my little goblin thingamabobbers from the Unbreakable unit here. I forgot to cast those earlier. That's the first time I actually cast it, which is a mistake. But as you see here, we're still just trying to chase down these isolated units, do as much damage to them as we can before we hit this pocket of resistance. My Unbreakables finally died. And I'm trying to pull down these Night Goblin Archers to fire into this massive clump of units. What am I casting here? I can't remember. Oh, Night Shroud. I think that was for the Glade Lord because she still had ammunition, but as soon as I started casting, she came into my Night Goblin Archers. We do get a salvo off on these Dryads and Eternal Guard who are bunched up. Running Skarsnik in there to try and pin them in place for a little bit longer so they can continue to get hit by all these archers. And we're going to be running the Arachnarok Queen in there. And with the Archer Fire, Skarsnik, and the Queen, they are all going to actually go into terror, I believe, here in a moment. But the problem is now we have a Glade Lord into my Night Goblin Archers. We only have 1 Gobbo over here and my Night Goblin Shaman, which I was trying to run interference, but they are going to die. Or we get routed off the field, I can't remember which. Which is okay, because we have now used up almost all of our Winds of Magic. And I think we took out their Spell Singer. Yeah, and there she goes. So we know we don't really need the passive ability of the Night Goblin Shaman to keep their mana in check. Or Winds of Magic, sorry. Unfortunately, Arachnarok Queen is going to be pinned in place by the Glade Lord. I was going to try and run them up here to help against the Glade Lord and the Dryads, which are pushing against my Night Goblin Archers. And oh my god, this is a long fight. So now the other summoned Spiderling Hatch is going to run interference on the Dryads, still trying to get the Ragnarok Queen, and we're just kind of pulling out of this fight. You can see the enemy is actually withdrawing their forces now, and they're going to withdraw them back over here. Waystalker is now out of ammunition, so they have probably dealt a lot of damage over the course of this battle. And my poor Night Goblins are now routing. The rest of the arrows are actually going to route off the field, which is very upsetting, but these ones will come back. And right now we're just kind of shooting into what I thought was the Glade Lord. I thought I gave the option for the Glade Lord, but we're actually shooting into the Dryads right now. I didn't notice that for a little while. That was just a misclick. I wanted to hit the Glade Lord.
I'll do it.
But anyway, getting these Gobbos over here, Skarsnik over here. This is, I think, all I have left. Yeah, so this is what we have left. They still have a decent amount of infantry, but they are all heavily damaged. They do still have their leadership intact, besides their spell singer. Skarsnik has not been touched yet. I still have 2 Gobbos. Again, 2 Night Goblin Archers, which are going to be back on the field, and then a Ragnarok Queen, which is slightly below half health. Which is pretty good. It's pretty good to have, at this part of the stage, having a full Ragnarok Queen under half health is still pretty nice. So like I said, unfortunately these guys are not going to come back for riding, although the morale is so high, like I'm just like, come back! But they're not. They're not going to come back. At least these ones do. So now I noticed that I was shooting at the Dryad, so now I'm going to shoot back at the Glade Lord, who's going to land on my Night Goblin Archers once again. Going to try and summon my last Spiderling Hatchling to try and pin her in place, but it was just a quick charge. She's going to let lift off again. So let's fast forward a little bit. She's going to go rejoin her army as I'm shooting her in the face with some Night Goblin Archers. We're going to use these Spiderling Hatchlings because they are slowly dying, so we're going to do as much damage with them as we can. And now we're pulling what is remaining of our army, the Ragnarok Queen, double Gobbos, and then the 2 Night Goblin Archers, and Skarsnik is coming down the field. Again, trying to pin this Glade Lord into place so we can get some damage on them with the Ragnarok Queen, but she's going to run away, so I'm going to have to just kind of do damage to this Waystalker instead. But now I'm going to get charged by the Glade Lord a couple times. Fast forward a little bit. So she's going to land, charge. I'm going to turn around, hit her. She's probably in potion of toughness. And then she's going to take off again. So then we're going to turn back to the Waystalker. Glade Lord's going to come back around again. You can see their infantry's coming up. They're trying to send their anti-large over to the Spider, and then their Dryads over here against my Gobbos. So there we go, there goes another charge. I'm just going to disengage from here, and we're going to run the Queen into the Dryads instead, because why would I want to fight anti-large? So we're just going to be like, boop, 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 and go right into this pocket of Dryads. We're also firing into them with the Night Goblin Archers. Now we're going to pop the Wah from Skarsnik. And you can see the Fear and Terror are taking hold, or Terror specifically. And we're starting to rout these Dryads. And we're going to get some good damage on the Glade Lord here in a moment as I get Skarsnik on her. Gobbos holding the line to the bitter end because that's what they do. They're known for holding to the last. That's not true at all. Firing into them with these Night Goblin Archers, just peppering everybody with poison damage, and we are going to shatter the enemy army. That was like a 14-minute battle, my god. So good game to Dr. whatever that is, Dr. At. Holler at your boy, Dr. At. For my army here, the Arachnaroks, they didn't actually get a ton of kills, but their Fear and Terror were still really useful. This one, and I guess absorbing all of that archer fire also was useful in a way, I guess. This one got killed pretty quickly by all those Deep Scouts, and this one managed to survive the day. Everyone kept running away from Skarsnik, so that was very sad for me, but he still managed to get 30 kills. The Gobbo line, I'm very happy with my Gobbos. How well they performed. You can see the Night Goblin Archers did pretty well. My mobile squad, not as much, but this one did help kill a Wild Rider with the Night Goblins, and this one did do a lot of initial good damage against the Deep Scouts, but they were all routed off the field because of just how close to the edge that battle had, or that battle was. Again, really not good, and maybe that was the enemy's plan to draw a Gobbo army into the side of the map to try and rout everybody off. But yeah, preferably you don't usually want to fight on the edge of the map, but I couldn't let my 3 Night Goblin units and the Moon Howlers be isolated and die without really doing anything, so I was like, well, we gotta do it. You can see the Glade Lord got a lot of kills, Waystalker got 22 kills, which is a lot for a Waystalker. Dryads got a ton of kills against my Gobbos, and the Wild Riders got a decent amount of kills as well. So again, good game, hope you enjoyed. Let's watch a cinematic view.
Moving fast! Running! Moving fast! Whatever! Running!
Get him, that Gobbos.
Moving fast. Running. Let's get scummy. Moving fast. He's a war. Running. Running. Moving fast. Moving fast. Die, savages. Get fight. Get going. Drive them back.
Lost like a whole fresh unit of Wolf Riders right there because of the edge of the map. Ugh.
Get going. Gonna kill him. Moving fast. Running. Moving fast. The enemy target. Enemy magic. Come on, lad. Moving fast. Running. Running. Come on, lad. Licking it. Shock it, all right. Five. You're moving fast. Lighting.
Yeah, that's right. I cast sneaky stabbing on a Gobbo unit. Gobbos deserve love too.
Gonna kill him. When the horns of Targus die!
No, Ragnarok Spider-Woman.
Oh, get him! Going! Do not forgive! Killing time! Moving fast! Let's do this! Moving fast! Step 'em up! Moving! I have a plan! Moving fast!
Look at all these brave Gobbos.
They're dead! If Doc wants it, I'll show him there's kick of me! Get enemy magic! Elbrador! Bless our blades! Good plan! Knife him! My corner! Enemy charge! Moving fast! Running! Running! Come on, Dave! Not a scanner! Do that thing, killer! Running! Get going! Moving fast! Charge! Let's running! Running! Get up! More blood, get him! Moving fast! Moving fast! Move out, lads! Running! Running! Moving fast!
You know, I guess at this point I probably should have turned off, or turned fire at will back on.
Moving fast!
I usually turn them off on the Arachnonox to save stamina. But I'm sure at this point in the battle they were exhausted anyway.
Moving fast! Running! Okay, mate, stop! Let's do this! That's good! Gotta stab her! Moving fast! Running! Going!
Where's that Clay Lord? There you are.
Not a killer! Running! Licking it! Cover! Running! Moving fast! The magic is doing it! Charge!
Whoa!
I'll kill him all! Alright! Running! Killing time! Yeah!
And there we go. Gobbos win the day. Hope you enjoyed the battle, everybody. I will see you all next time. Take care.